It's the Thursday Drivers Press Conference from Singapore, and joining us today, Marcus Ericsson from Caterham, Pastor Maldonado from Lotus, Sergio Perez from Force India, Kimi Raikkonen from Ferrari, Adrian Sutil from Sauber, and Jean-Eric Vergne from Toro Rosso. First of all, a question to all of you about the ban on large amounts of radio traffic between the team and the driver. What's your reaction to this? And Sergio, perhaps you could start.
Okay. First of all, hi everyone. And I mean, I don't think it's ideal that they suddenly from one race to another they change it dramatically, that you cannot get certain calls, that doesn't influence that much. But it's just I don't see it as a big deal. It's something that we as a driver need to get more used to. We will have definitely more information, and we're gonna be a bit more busy throughout the race to basically try to keep everything under control, fuel loads and engine modes, all that kind of stuff. But it's something I don't see a problem to get used to, but it's just a dramatic change from the last race to this one.
Kimi, you famously told the team, "Leave me alone, I know what I'm doing." So does that mean you welcome this change?
Well, obviously we don't speak a lot in the radio in my case, but usually when there's no issues, you know. But obviously it might get quite complicated if there's some problems with the car and you have to change certain things to try to finish the race. So I don't know how the rule goes on those times, but obviously makes it more complicated for us. But you know, it's part of the game, so it's okay.
Pastor, your thoughts on it?
Me? Yeah. I mean, for sure, it's not the greatest things, especially with all the complex systems we have at the moment. But it's the same for everyone, so it doesn't matter.
And what about from a rookie perspective? And presumably there's quite a lot of coaching been going on over the radio, Marcus, so far this season. Are you going to miss it, particularly in the approach to the start, getting everything prepared for a start, for example?
No, I think I like the idea, to be honest. I think it's good to get the drivers more in focus. So I think it's good. It's just for us as a small team, I think it's a bit more trickier because our steering wheel, we don't have a big display. So I think like a lot of the other teams have a big display, so they can show a lot of stuff on this, whereas we have a very small one. So it will be a bit more tricky, but yeah, like I said, I like the idea, and I think it's good to make us drivers a bit more in focus.
Okay, and Adrian, are you supportive as well?
I don't mind it. I think it will be more or less the same as before. I like to do things by my own, and many times this year I changed the settings before my engineer told me, so yeah, I will be a bit more lonely on the radio, so but it should be fine.
Adrian?
Yeah, no problem really. I think all manageable. It's a bit more work, but we'll handle it.
Okay, thank you for that. Coming back to you then, Kimi, obviously this season hasn't been quite what you'd expected it to be, but did you expect to have your problems sorted out by now, and what's your focus then for the remaining 6 races or so?
Well, obviously try to do as well as we can, and have a good results for team and for myself, but I expect it to be difficult. Well, did I expect this? Probably the team didn't expect that we have such a difficulties overall, so we expect it to be more stronger overall. So you know, it's part of the game, and we have to try to sort things out. And I think we have done pretty good improvements compared where we started as a team, and obviously then I'm getting more happy with the things, but obviously still not where we want to be in the end, so there's still a lot of work to do.
Okay, thank you for that. Pastor, front row qualifier here 2 years ago with Williams. It's always been a strong Lotus track, so is there some optimism there for a top 10 result maybe this weekend?
I hope, for sure. The qualifying pace is always a bit tricky for us. But during the race, for any reason, we are able to recover the pace, and sometimes we are much more competitive. So hopefully here we can be a bit more competitive than Monza for sure. But it's difficult to say something before we get in the car.
Okay. And Sergio, you've scored points in all 3 of your appearances here at Singapore, and you've come off the back of 2 strong results. So your thoughts on this race, and also on how close you are to committing to Force India for another season?
Yeah, I think things are settling down, and I think we should be very close to commit for next year with the team. But you never know. I have experience from the past, so you never know what's going to happen. And yeah, we are really optimistic for this weekend. We have a good upgrade package, and I believe we can be competitive. And definitely, our target is definitely the McLarens, which we are fighting really close, and hopefully we can score more points than them this weekend with both cars, and the upgrade package give us some boost.
Okay, thank you for that. Adrian, like Sergio, you've scored points in your last 3 starts here in Singapore, but there's no getting away from the fact that Sauber's yet to get into Q3 this season. So what's the rescue package, and what lies ahead for the rest of the season?
Yeah, well, we have a good package here, the last one, but it should give us a little bit more speed. We have to try it out on Friday. I mean, we're not so far away, especially in qualifying from the group in front, and it's just missing a little bit to the top 10 normally. But Monza was quite tricky, especially in the race. We're losing a bit too much time, and our performance a bit slower. But this track is very special and very different, so I hope it suits our car. You know, it's a lot of work. We need some points, and this is the main target for the moment.
Okay, thank you for that. Coming back to you, Marcus, since the last round, obviously the team principal has moved on. So can you tell us a bit about the structure now at the team and the plan for upgrades and so on?
Yeah, we're still pushing hard, like we've done the last couple of races, and bringing some more updates for here. So it's not much that have changed. Obviously, Christian left, which is a shame. We got along very well. But still, I think the team is pushing on forward, and it's a positive atmosphere from everyone. So we just have to wait and see this weekend, see how it suits our car. But in general, I have a good feeling. I had a really strong race last time out on a street track, so I think hopefully we can try and repeat something similar to that.
Okay, thank you. And Jean-Eric, still 6 races to go, obviously, but you've already scored points more times this year than you did last year. So what's the plan for you now for the rest of this season? And what about next season? Have you made any progress yet in your plans for 2015?
Yeah, I think while talking about this weekend and the rest of the season, I really want to end up strongly the season. I think we should have had a lot more points with our team if we didn't have that much bad luck. But I think now it's behind, and yeah, I really want to make the best out of the last 6 races with Toro Rosso, and then find a good option for next year.
Okay, very good. Let's throw it open to the floor then. Who's got the first question, please? Give us your name and your publication. Yep.
Heikki Kulta, Turun Sanomat. Kimi, it's 2 hours in a very humid conditions. Nico Rosberg said that last laps are always very painful here because it's physically so demanding. How painful they are for you?
I don't know. Everybody has their own feelings on kind of how they feel like, but in the past has not been a problem. Doesn't feel as hot or humid in the last years. And plus the cars are slower in the race, so I don't see why it should suddenly be a problem.
Okay. Who's got the next one, please? Is that it? Okay. Thank you very much, and gentlemen. Have a good weekend. Full transcript available at www.fia.com tomorrow, the team principals press conference. Thank you.